Good morning, everybody. How are you all today? I hope you all are well, and if not, I do hope things get better. Hello, hello, hello. I know I am excited for today. A lot of stuff has changed with the new update, and holy crap, is there a lot. Of course, as you can hear, bit of music stuff from the sounds of it. But you can also now do a lot. I'm excited for this. You can mute projectiles and all sorts of other stuff now. They added a bunch of new Pokemon. I already bought them all and whatnot. There is all sorts of stuff I'm excited to try. I think I'm gonna go for a fossil team to start out just because it sounds fun. Because Aurorus is a new one they added. Caracosta's a new one they added. They added a lot of new stuff. Drifblim. Each fossil. Ooh, that's actually pretty nice. Let's see. Caracosta. Dilly. Chestnut's a new one they added that's really good. Like, unironically. Where's Armaldo? Am I blind? There we go. Armaldo. I'm making sure we have everything that is a fossil, because I want to make sure we have as much boost as we can get. Yeah, these are all the fossils. Bastiodon. Yeah, because this is an AoE one. I mean, I'm okay with that. Yeah, we have so much. Apply sandstorms. Enemies without armor take max HP damage every turn. Ooh. But yeah, they added so much to this. It's crazy. With just this alone, I can like, oh my god. There's also way more music. Okay, I will get more range in time. That's a slowing one. Caracosta I'll put here. You have an AoE. Okay, yours has recharge when in water. Armaldo can go here. I'm gonna put Cradilly here. Caracosta cannot go a lot of places. I'm gonna give Caracosta... Can any of the fossils have this? No. Damn it. Because otherwise I just can't use Caracosta. Because Kabutops I can at least put here. I could put Aurorus here. Bastiodon has less range, so I can't put him there. Aurorus won't hit from there. Let's do this so we can fit Caracosta in. Okay, and then we have 2 extra slots. Hey, 22. Hope you're doing well. Just gonna be lurking. That's fair. Yeah, they added so much stuff. They also buffed a bunch of Pokemon. Like, overall, there's just so much new crap. Let's add Xatu, then. Maybe Noivern? If I put Noivern here, that'd do pretty good. Xatu here. Because, yeah, Noivern gets pretty good range. We'll just need to level up some of these guys a bit, but that shouldn't be too bad. I'll save this on 3. Because, yeah, with their abilities, this 20% chance to stun is increased by 2% for each fossil, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 ain't bad. I do hope they add more fossils, though, because there's still fossils they're missing. Hell, there's even parts of fossils they're missing. Like, you can't get Aurorus. You can only really get Amistar, Rampardos, Armaldo, and Kabutops. Can't really get any of the other big fossil names, sadly. I'm gonna give Caracosta the Hardstone. Actually, I think I'm gonna switch Noivern here. Because I'm looking at it, we're gonna want Whimsicott, I think. Because I forgot, Caracosta takes HP, so Whimsicott would be good to have just for some regen. But yeah, I've done a little bit of grinding on this game since last time. Not too much, in quotation. I mean, look at all the map space we have now. There's so much more planned from the looks of it. And honestly, they've been making a lot of changes. But yeah, we just need to level some of these guys up. Because Caracostra, Superior, increase power by 50 and decrease recharge by 25 for each lost heart that gets it. With the more damage dealt by fossils. Then there's Shell Bell, which also could be good for him, but yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. Because yeah, like, the amount of stuff there is insane. My hope, though... Ow. That hurt. I just freaking stabbed myself somehow. I, like, moved my hand weirdly and freaking stabbed myself. That hurt. A lot. But with what we got here, my plan is to just, like, we'll level stuff up as we can. But with all the changes, I'm really excited to see, like, what else. Because Chestnut is, like, really good in this. From my experience. It creates an aura thing. Dondozo mentions Tatsugiri, but I don't have Tatsugiri. I mean, and there's other Pokemon I just don't have, as you can kind of see. And then there's a shiny Pokemon thing, stars earned. But I also noticed max is 2,000. Look how many there are. We'll get 2,000. But it then made me think, okay, there's a bunch of Pokemon missing. Megas probably count. And speaking of Megas, they added Flygonite into here, as well as Barbaraculite, and then you got, like, other Megas. So they have some ZA Megas, and then just custom Mega, at least, for Flygon. But, it's been making me think a bit of, like, I wonder. Because some of the Pokemon, like Darumaka, exist as walking things, but other than that, we can't attack with them. So my guess is there's going to be some, like the legendaries, that we unlock eventually. Maybe. I'm not 100% sure. So it's kind of like one of those things of Lord frickin' knows. Yeah, this is an AoE one as well. There we go. Because if I put Amistar here, it's going to be able to hit all that area. It's honestly nice. Like, we're doing a lot of damage. Armaldo's really good. I know they added, like, new types of attacks as well, which is awesome. So I'm excited for that. I will say, they could easily make Tyrantrum the fossil that deals more to armor if they really wanted. From, like, my experience, that would be a good one. Xatu is also just really good since it can see invisibility and gets more on range on mountains. Like, it's just good. No ifs, no ands, no buts. It's just good. Like, it's definitely one of those Pokemon that just is like a main staple. And then with these, yeah. Caracosta ain't too bad. And, like, we're actually doing really good. I wish there were more items, though. I will say, I might as well give this to Gyarados because it gives more range. What else? Because I know there's a bunch of items that are, like, particular to certain types of things. Yeah, 50% more damage for each missed ricochet. But they can't ricochet anymore. Increases damage of ricochets by 15%. Got all sorts of mon that can use that. The eject button is Cannot be unequipped while deployed. I'm guessing it's the same for the Silk Scope. Yep. Because I noticed that. Ditto, could give it the damage for recharge, but I've decided for reducing damage for more recharge. Because Persian and Thievel have an ability in this where attacks grant money equal to 10% of the target's gold. And it doesn't really specify what it means by target's gold. So my first thought is probably like, if it were to hit Dugtrio, it would give 10% of the 162. But because the amulet coin is a thing, and you have Ditto, you can use Persian, Thievel, and Ditto to all have the same thing. And have one of them hold an amulet coin. Preferably the one that shoots the fastest. And you can really make some good money. Or at least does the most damage. Because the amulet coin specifically grants gold equal to 0.1% of the damage dealt per star obtained. With this, we're getting 0.1% of 588. So 0.1% of damage times 5.88. So for some mon, it's better to have a high damage or like high reload. I've found that some of the best ones for that though are like Primeape, who's just pretty nice to have. Because it's like a good middle ground. But looking at Thievel, it attacks relatively slow, but Persian... Where is P? There it is. Yeah, Persian attacks way faster with like an okay damage. So it's pretty nice. Like genuinely. It's been really helpful. +8 projectiles. Jesus. Let's level up Bastiodon a lot. And Aurorus. I mean, God, just look at that. They're doing great, honestly. But... God, I'm so excited for a lot of the stuff upcoming. Because there's a lot of cool stuff. Just in general. I know with, like, Pokemon Champions and stuff, there's been a lot going on. And I've been kind of looking at the abilities of the new Megas. And it's like, holy crap. Because certain meta type things that could come from it entirely depend on, like, can you Mega and Terra at the same time in the same battle? Because if not, that changes certain things. But if you can, well, I see Mega Frostlass and Articuno being a disgusting pairing. Because Terra Ice Articuno with Mega Frostlass could just spam blizzards and just... Oh my lord. Because Mega Frostlass is already going to be a huge problem in the metagame. I can already tell. Because it's Ice Ghost type, and it deals loads of damage, and because it has Snow Warning, it can fire off 100% accurate blizzards. And because of its speed, it's going to do pretty good. And then the fact that it also gets a small defense boost in Snow because of the changes in Scarvy doesn't matter too much, but it does mean it will survive some hits that used to kill it, which is a big fear factor of Mega Frostlass, is it's not going to be as frail. Mega Crabominable is insane. Maxed out attack, Mega Crabominable with Drain Punch, if used against Abomasnow with Aurora Veil up and maxed out defense, still deals around 50 to 60% of the total HP of Abomasnow, which is terrifying. And that's just for Drain Punch. And because it's so slow and gets Ice Hammer to lower its speed, it's going to be a Trick Room monster. Like, we're definitely going to see a lot more of those monstrously terrifying Pokemon, surely because of that. Of course, they nerfed, like, Unseen Fist, so it only deals 25% to things that protect themselves, similar to Piercing Drill, which is good. Then they gave it to Golurk. Mega Golurk, just able to punch through Protect. Scovillain's actually surprisingly good, because it gets Rage Powder, and with its new Mega ability, Spicy Spit, basically making it so it can burn an opponent that attacks it, no matter if it's special attack or physical attack. That's going to be really crazy, but it also opens up the field for some really crazy strategies with Mega Scovillain, because not only can you force to target yourself, it'll burn anything. So let's say you have a Mega Scovillain on the field with Ursaluna with Guts. Earthquake Mega Scovillain to get burn and run Ursaluna with a different item than like Flame Orb. And you can actually do some insane facade damage still after the fact. But it also means you can get some good spread damage while doing it as well. I know Mega Chimecho kept Levitate, which, fair. It just means that Steel type doesn't negatively affect it as much as it would have. God, Mega Clefable is... With it getting Magic Bounce, the only thought that crossed through my mind after hearing that was just... Oh god, no. Clefable already has a thing with Magic Guard, or is it the frickin', is it Magic Guard or Heavy Duty Boots? Now it's gonna be, is it Magic Guard? Is it Heavy Duty Boots? Is it Mega? Because if you get that wrong, it either doesn't take damage from the poison, it can take damage from a poison, or it reflects your poison. So it becomes a full-on game of like, how risky is this going to be to use status moves against it? Because there is a chance that it will reflect. There is a chance it won't do a thing. And then there's a chance it will do a thing. And it's the same thing with physical moves. There's a chance it might help. But there's also a chance it will absolutely screw you over. Like, Clefable has become a lot scarier sheerly from that one specific ability. And I think that's the scariest part of, like, Clefable. Like, it's just insane. I don't see Dragonite getting as much use, sadly, even with multi-scale Mega. And the only reason I say that is because as soon as Terra gets added, it's probably going to prefer to use Terra Normal. Just in general. But I look at it and it's like, a lot of these new Megas are pretty insane. And then some are kind of mid. Like, Mega Emboar is probably going to be more of a niche pick of, like, mid at best. Because Mold Breaker, and it's just not... It's not as strong as other Mold Breaker Mon in that regard, especially at the cost of a Mega. Like, Mega Gyarados gets a lot more use out of its Mold Breaker, surely because it gets, like, Dragon Dance and stuff, and it means that you don't need to worry about Unaware or something that would reflect certain parts. Mega Victory Bell, that, though, got a really interesting ability. It's now official, because Innards Out is no longer a signature ability of Pyukumuku because Mega Victory Bell gets it. Which is just insane to me. Because it's like, of all of the Pokemon to get Innards Out, Victory Bell was not one I was expecting. At best, though, with its HP stat and its defenses, I don't think it'll get a lot of use, but it will definitely have its own, like, mini niche in certain circles. Because it does get, like, some support moves and stuff, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be using that ability as much. But, like, going through a lot of the new megas has just been interesting. I think Feraligatr is, of all the starters from Z8, Feraligatr is probably going to see the most use, sheerly because of Dragonize. Like, Dragonize is just amazing for Mega Feraligatr. Mega Meganium is probably going to be kind of a, like, pick that's not unusual to see, but is not as often seen. Because that Mega Soul, giving it a boosted Weather Ball that's always going to be Fire type, for, like, a way better Fire type move to run, as well as losing its weakness to Fire by becoming part Fairy, and just becoming neutral, as well as being able to deal with Steel types easier, and single turn Solar Beams. The fact that you can still, in heavy rain, fire off single turn Solar Beams really makes it powerful. And it makes me think that as soon as the Primals get released in Champions, Primal Kyogre Mega Meganium is going to be a huge combo, because it nerfs any possibility against Meganium, and, like, you don't get the negative effects of the harsh sunlight. You only get the positive effects as Meganium. So it's definitely going to have a huge impact with the primals and whatnot. But overall, like, a lot of that stuff is just so interesting to me to learn about, because it's like, going into them, like, I know I have my own thoughts on certain stuff, and other people do too. And I do want to learn more about, like, other people's thoughts with these types of things, because I'm not, like, a professional competitive Pokemon player, but I understand enough to, like, be able to put at least a few cents on it and be like, yeah, I can see where this one will have its strengths and whatnot. Because, like, I honestly, when looking at, like, Meowscarada, like, it's frail, but it definitely will have a weird niche in certain things. For Farigiraf, same thing. That's how I always felt about him. And Farigiraf just was not used until, I believe it was Wolfie used it. And we realized it was just, like, amazing on, like, higher powered competitive compared to lower power competitive. But with everything that Champions opens up to possibilities, it's definitely going to be interesting. I mean, you have Crabhammer that now is 95 instead of 90% accurate. You have Blood Moon getting reduced. You got Astral Barrage getting reduced. Like, in general, we're seeing a lot of buffs and nerfs in areas that were needed. And then some Pokemon are just insane. Like, Mega Starmie does in fact get huge power. If I remember correctly, its attack stat is 100. Because I know in ZA it's 140. But I think that might be to offset the lack of huge power, similar to what they did with Mega Mawile. But that means if it is 100, it's gonna be terrifying. Like, that thing is going to obliterate things, which is gonna be amazing. Like, it definitely won't be, like, meta-defining to the extent of, like, Mega Frostlass, but it's definitely gonna be a threat that will always need, like, some form of, like, okay, in case we run into one. And, like, always be one of those things. Similar to how Miraidon kind of started out, except not anywhere near what Miraidon got, is kind of my thoughts. I know, just in general, though, a lot of the new Pokemon stuff looks insane with the updates, from all the new Megas to all the abilities and whatnot. And honestly, I really want to see Mega Scoville and, like, succeed. I will say the most terrifying of the new megas, though, to me was Mega Glamora. Because Glamora had a niche in Scarvy's competitive with White Herb Meteor Beam, because it gave a special attack, it did a lot of rock type damage. Like, it was really good. When it Mega Evolves, though, it gets adaptability. And adaptability is nothing to slouch at. Because adaptability boosts the power of your moves a lot. If I remember, it's like 50% extra. Let me double check to make sure I'm saying it is right. Yeah, your same type attack bonus goes from 1.5 to 2% to 2. So it literally just makes your stabs double. So against Incineroar, per se, a power gem is going to do 4 times to it from Mega Glamora. And with Mega Frostlass being most likely a meta game threat that's going to be like, we need something to take care of it, I would not be surprised if we see Mega Glamora get some use because of that. Because Mega Glamora really has an interesting take with its higher special attack. It can easily rip off Power Gems, Sludge Bomb, and it's going to be interesting. And let's say you don't use it as a Mega, you can still use it to set up like Debris to make switching more of a risk. Or you could just run its other stuff to make it so you can poison, and steel types. Like, Glamora, and even then, Glamora still is an okay attacker in its base form. And I definitely think we're going to see a lot more of those types of things. I don't think we're going to see Mega Meowstic get a lot of love, though. Because it's basically... It just gets Trace, and it's nowhere near as good as Mega Alakazam. So we're probably not going to see it used as much unless it's being used as, like, a support Mega, which is unlikely. Support Megas don't usually do too well, or at least they never used to. Like, not to the same extent as, like, high damage Megas like Kangaskhan and Mawile. So we'll kind of just have to see. And of course, with certain Mon becoming more available, like Zeraora and stuff, if it comes down to it, I wouldn't be surprised if they plan to add them to the metagame, because normally mythicals are banned. But as they release more mythicals in games, there's a part of me that's like, they're gonna probably do something about this in a different way, aren't they? And there's a good chance that we might start seeing mythicals appear in frickin' VGC, which if so, oh god. Because that is going to be a problem to deal with. A problem and a half. But yeah. And of course, Champion still has its like flaws. I'll never get that one video of the Blastoise obliterating a Milotic down to like it was like 1 or 2% HP, and then Milotic used Haze and it goes back up to 91%. And I'm just thinking, wait a freaking moment. Because that's just not what's supposed to happen with Haze. I know one new Mega that's had like a lot of success recently is Mega Hawlucha, because it's no guard ability. It can rip off amazing high jump kicks and stuff, but it also gets entrainment. So people have been using it to entrainment onto like Vanillux or normal Excadrill to just rip off Sheer Colds and Horn Drills and stuff. And it's really funny. Like, it is hilarious to watch. But yeah, I definitely think there's going to be certain things that just do way better in the metagame. And I really feel like the two that are probably going to see the most light are going to be Frostlass and Glamora of the new megas. Until we know more, though, about, like, Golisopod's ability and whatnot, I can't really say. Because with Mega Golisopod, it really just depends on its ability. Because if its ability doesn't change its emergency exit to something else that stops it from doing that, I don't see it becoming anywhere past, like, niche use. Even though it becomes part steel type, it's like... But it still has flaws. And they're glaring flaws. Very glaring flaws. And I do hope that we get to see more of that type of stuff get fixed, but there's no guarantees. That's just the inevitability. Because in general, I don't mind it. Like, there's definitely a lot of good that can come out of it. I just think it's not the best. I'm gonna put that there so we can get more stun. Because we do need more stun. Rampardos is doing so much work. Because that ability, Rockhead, is doing so much for us. Mixed with Caracosta, it's actually really good. Like, genuinely. Okay. The fossil Pokemon are definitely good in their own ways, but they're definitely not the best. So with the right setup, you could definitely make them work. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do, now that we did that. I want to try and beat Celebi. But we're gonna need to get through a lot of waves. If I were to put Aurorus here, I could fit Amistar here. Dilly, Kabutops, boom. Bastiodon's just not going to do the same as, like, the rest of them, but... Oh, Caracosta! I'm going to put Rampardos here, and then we'll auto it at, like, full speed, because we need to get through early rounds. But it will give us time to level these guys up a little bit. But yeah, I've definitely been thinking a lot about just all the changes they've made to normal Pokemon. And we'll just have to see, like, what else changes between now and Winds and Waves. Another thing is, like, Horizons as a whole. It feels like post-time skip, they've kind of been forced into this weird, like, oh, here's an idea, and then it kind of feels a bit ditched at times. And it's like, it sucks to see, but then it always gets ditched for, like, oh, here's insert new Pokemon. It's like, it gives me that, like, it just kind of gives off that, like, thing you see with Disney a lot of, oh, stop making insert thing because we need to show off other insert thing, which is very likely with companies like Pokemon and Disney and other stuff, from what I've noticed. Because in a lot of cases, they will just forgo, like, certain things for the new Mon because that's what the company wants. Just how it is. It's all about the new thing. Insert joke there. At least Caracosta's doing okay. Also, Amistar has such a giant frickin' range. I could literally switch it with Kabutops and put Whimsicott here. Jesus Christ. Amistar's range, though, is insane. And it keeps going up. Oh my god. I mean, the good part is we are dealing a good chunk of damage with this. Like, using the new fossils on this fossil team definitely helps. Because, like, there are other Pokemon, like Sunflora, which can be good. As well as Comfey, which, with Comfey, it just gains more range as it levels up, but it also has a 5% chance to just recover hearts and increases recharge, and increases range and reduces recharge, like, pretty dang good. Unlike certain maps where things are a lot closer, it's gonna do so good. Like, genuinely. I definitely think we'll see a lot more of those types of things be useful. Because this map, it's just not gonna be the same. But it definitely could work. And it is giving me ideas. I will say, though, my biggest problem with this game is, like, why does this cost $1 billion? Like, the Mega Stones make sense, but the Shining Charm being $1 billion. The Shinies don't do a thing, they just are a visual thing. That's it. They don't have any other effect, to my knowledge. All they do is just have a new look. But yeah, once we get through all these waves, we can actually fight Celebi and try. Which is just gonna suck to do, because it's not gonna be easy. But yeah, I definitely think there is a way we could take out quite a lot of this stuff if we try. Hurry up, my yard. Because I know I want to try this map. Because I think I could reasonably beat some of these maps too, if I just, like, get the right setup. Like, I could probably beat 2-1 by now. I just have to set it up correctly. It just depends. Because a lot of that stuff is just down to, can you deal enough damage? And by that point, you usually need either level 100s or stuff that deal a lot of damage. I know Shedinja's really good at Curse's other mod. Did Bastiodon's thing change color, or am I going crazy? Wait, no. Where'd Amistar go? Why did Amistar get removed from the team? That should not have happened. I don't know what happened there. I don't even know how you do that. I know you can switch around your team like this, at least. There we go. Now we'll have all the ones that are lower level up near the top. But yeah, I do want to try and, like, take out some of these. Not going to be easy, but it'll be worth it. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff going on. Okay. Taking out the Arcanine's pretty good. But yeah, I've just been doing all sorts of stuff currently. And a lot of it is revolved around just getting crap done. It's been a lot of going here, going there, just fixing crap. And it's been insane. Because I get so many messages about, oh, gotta do this, gotta do that. It's like, yeah, I know. Because I don't always talk about, like, everything going on at work, but God, has it been chaos. And I know the reason why. It's because we're getting close to summer break. And the closer you get to it, whatever frickin' exists that doesn't have a frickin' team shirt, you got that thing of just, oh shit, we need to get this done. Same thing happens before winter break. It's like, you just see that happen a lot. And you see a lot of just those types of things. And it just becomes tiring after a point. Just see a lot of the same olds. And you get used to it. I mean, there's not really been anything, like, intriguing with certain designs recently. But it's nice whenever those few do come in. But yeah, what else? What else? My brain is blanking. Oh my god. I just had like a full-on brain blank there. Like, oh my god. I forgot completely what I was talking about. It's one of those days. At least it's no longer stormy out. It does look nice, so at least there's that. That's one bonus to it. Okay, more Butterfree and Venomoth. Yeah, it's funny. Like, I do have some things I really do hope they add to this game. Like, I feel that way about a lot of games. And it's nice to see that they're actually, like, changing some things about the game. It's always been something I enjoy to see, is, like, when improvements are made to games. It's always nice to see. Especially with all of the new stuff that got added. Okay. We're getting closer to round 99, thankfully. Then we can actually try and take out Celebi. Just gotta hope. Which is easier said than done. And we'll see how much damage we can actually deal to Celebi. I know that Aurora's stunning things is definitely making a huge difference, though. I mean, since they added Caracasa and Aurorus, I imagine Tyrantrum and Archeops won't be too far behind in terms of the updates. But it is nice seeing the game get an update. Well, doesn't that look great? Yeesh, those grandpa were making it pretty far. At least they have Cradilly back there doing something. So at least it helps. But yeah, I do want to eventually get, like, the Mega Stones and whatnot, but that stuff's going to be expensive in this. Like, this game is definitely one where it's like, you just have to grind a lot for certain things, which does not help. Okay. Another wave complete. It's a lot of Corviknight. But yeah, I might try a curse strategy soon as well. It just depends. I'm just not sure. I'm trying to think of the only two Invisible Mon that I can actually remember. And if I remember clearly, it's just Kecleon and Ditto. I might be wrong, though. There might be more that I just either don't remember or haven't seen. Because both are very possible. Okay. 11 away. That's always a plus. Okay, guess I'll just give it to Bastionon for now. Yeah, we just need to slowly level these guys up best we can, and honestly, it's not going well. That Togedemaru did die pretty quickly. Just need to be careful of things like passing too far. I'm not sure if we'll actually be able to beat Celebi, though. So I'm just kind of here like, that is going to be one of the biggest problems, is if we can actually beat her or not. Because if we can't, well, we just got to try something else. But yeah, getting them up to level 100 is not easy. You need so many millions of Poké Dollars. It's just insane. But we got this. Wave complete. We're almost there. We almost get to fight Celebi again. Just boost up Amistar even more. Freaking jeez, the range. Honestly, Amistar's range is insane. Like with this Pokemon team, pretty dang good. I woke up a lot later today than I normally do. Not been easy. So I've just been kind of sitting here, like, half asleep, half awake in a way. Let's level up Kabutops. I think that just barely got taken out. Okay, we got to get ready for Celebi. We're almost there. Because Celebi, if I remember, has a lot of defense. And speed. I don't know. Level up Caracosta one. Just whatever's left. Okay. Okay, there goes that Trevenant. Okay, turn off auto so we can make sure we are prepared for Celebi. Because I'd rather we be prepared. Okay. Okay, it just has a lot of HP. Okay, so now that I know that, I might as well do it like this. Okay. It's able to be stunned, but its resistance is slow. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to take out Celebi for sure. And then we have this new map where... So those count as mountains. Okay, let's see. Range, critical, recharge, power, first mountain, water, grass, ability, by level. Maractus seems pretty useful here. This is going to be a great place to have, like, Maractus would be like one of these spots. Seeing they're probably going to be going by this quite a lot. Who else would be good? Where's Venusaur? Okay, only in the grass and fields. God, there's just so much. Da 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 da. Oh wow, that is not a big range. But it'll go up as it levels up. Okay, next up. Bastiodon can be on cliffs. Aggron can. Oh my god, Aggron's range. I think it'd be better there. Yeah, because Bastiodon is faster per fossil. Interesting. I guess I'll put him here. Or here. I want him to deal some splash, so... It's hard to get good, like, space for some of these. If I were to take Aurorus and put it here, that'd be good. Or Aggron. I'm gonna take Aurorus and Aggron like that, I think. So I can stun them there. Okay, and then Aegislash, attack slow. Let's see. What is Noivern? Noivern just isn't as good for this, which sucks. Gengar would be good. I just need to be able to place him earlier. And if so, I'm going to want Druddigon to deal some splash. Well, if things are getting stunned here, in this area, it'd be good. Okay. I need something. Okay. God, there's just not a lot of stuff to give everyone an item. That's the problem. What does this one do? Okay. Who else would be good? Slow. Let's try Araquanid. I don't know if its range ever goes up is the problem. Because if it doesn't, then yeah, it wouldn't be as good. Its range would need to go up. Shedinja would be good, honestly. Because I can put it here, and it can curse enemies. So it will be pretty dang useful. Let's see. How big is Typhlosion's range? Not big at all. Skeledirge. If target is cursed, deal damage to all cursed enemies and burn them. Honestly, Skeledirge would be good. If I were to put it like here. Target cursed. I wish I could just do curse. Oh my god, I can actually choose fossil only. I didn't realize that. You... No. I know it's mainly ghost types that curse. Yeah, yours is in a cross. Where's Girafarig? There it is. And we'll add Girafarig, because at least then it will hopefully do quite a lot. Let's just see how much we do. God, Aggron's gonna do so much. Honestly, if I put Skeledirge there, and I were to move... The problem is Druddigon only can be placed on mountains, so I'm going to move Druddigon there. See if that helps. Because mix the Nightmare in with the Curse, and they're all gonna just take more and more damage. And then with the Burn as well. Gonna be honest, I completely forgot about those two. That's for damage. This is for... That's for recharge. Okay, so if I do this... Yeah, you can see the effect. With that, if I were to move it over here, would Greninja see it? No. Yeah, so for now, I want to give Comfey that. Okay. Oh, wait. It actually shows me what's lit up. So I could put this here for now and buff both of them. And eventually buff Skeledirge as well. Okay. Should help a lot. Because, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Okay. Because, yeah, this should affect the overall Nightmare damage as well. I'll just auto it now. Yeah, my lowest levels are not a high level at all. I definitely think if I had a higher level Setamon, this would do way better. I'm gonna save this as a strat. There we go. It's annoying because it's like I want things that deal curse. And Cofagrigus could work. It's just it's in a cross. Where's Sableye? Yeah, Sableye deals curse, right? Let's say I were to get rid of Comfey for Sableye. So that I can, like, just really curse enemies. Because... How did I do it last time? Because, yeah, if I switch out Girafarig here, and were to just take Comfey still... I could still have both of these, and they'd equal practically the same, but they'd both get the reduction to a huge extent. And yeah, the Nightmare thing is gonna do better. Okay. Where did they go? What the fuck? Um, what? Well then, that was odd. What does Machamp do? Double damage armor. I really should get, like, an armor dealer. What is Spinda? I can choose if I really want to. God, this is so weird. Like, I don't know. Because, yeah, with, like, Cofagrigus here. Yeah, it's not going to do a lot. So it's not really worth it. I am going to need to see Invisible still, just as a backup. Who would even be good for that? I guess Xatu. Just so I can see Invis. It won't have the same range, but... that's really annoying. Hmm. Okay, let's see. What would I even want on this? Well, you can't deal crits, so... Shedinja... Okay. Give you the Adrenaline Orb. You... increase burn damage. Hopefully that'll help a bit. I could give Comfey the air balloon. Or, increased range. Let's give it the air balloon. Aggron, I guess I'll give that. Yeah, I just need to think. And try and give them more, like, power. The curse is definitely helping. Okay. If Sunflora gets, like, a bunch of range, it would help, but, yeah. Let's level up Aggron and Sableye. An AoE curse would be probably the best, but I know why they wouldn't want that. It's probably because it would be powerful as hell. I think what I'm gonna do, actually, is just pray. Because, yeah, I just need to hope that more of the curse helps. Yeah, curse just deals damage to all and other enemies that are cursed. Okay. There goes the Snorlax. Comfy is trying their damnedest to keep them attacking quickly. Oh. Yeah, we just need more, like, XP to level these guys up. I might actually switch out Sunflora. Like, just in general. And I might switch it for, Wheezing. Oh. And if not Wheezing, maybe Ariados? I mean, Ariados would be able to poison quick as hell. Compared to Wheezing. First, random Nightmare, Percival Curse, not slowed, not stun, not burn. I mean, just first in general would be good. And if not first, last would also be good. Yeah, I think what I'm gonna do is boom, boom. And then I can go boom. And Comfy, I could move here and it won't hit Aggron just yet, but yeah, with poison as well. I mean, it's so close to hitting Aggron. Yeah, I don't really need too much speed for Ariados, really, but the extra speed does do a lot for it. But it does more for Gengar. Yeah, it doesn't get more range, really. Okay. Yeah, Ariados is... It's fast, but it has its limit. Swalot... Actually... Why did it just do that again? Also, yeah, I have an ad blocker on. I'd prefer to have an ad blocker on. I might not want to drag these because it seems it's going to be a problem. Who else could deal like good poison? I don't know. Yeah, if I were to do that, I'd want Skeledirge here then. And since I might as well just do that. Because, yeah, now this will deal 2 stacks of poison for anything in the area. Anything cursed will get hit with this. It's just going to take some time. Yeah, because this one... I mean... It's okay. Because Shedinja has that. I think I'm going to take that then. Because it's just more speed for Sableye to curse things. And that's what I inevitably do need. Yeah, they're doing a lot better now. Still can't hit that, but... I might remove the Nightmare. And you'll see why if I do remove it. And if not that, maybe Maractus. Actually, no, the Nightmare's doing the most here. Swalot's doing the least. Is helping Smile. Yeah, I think Swalot, like, Swalot does good to an extent, but I don't think the poison is worth it in this case. So I think I'm gonna remove Swalot so that I can grab Chestnut. Because Chestnut, I can put, like, here. Move you to here. Chestnut's thing is insane. Like, Chestnut just has so much rain. Why did it do that? Okay, Chestnut. There we go. Okay, and then let's level up Comfey, because honestly, if I could, like, hit that as well, it'd be perfect, but I can't. So I might as well do this, because, yeah, Chestnut has a AoE effect, which is very nice, as you can see. So with Curse, that should do quite a lot. Okay. Percival, Nightmare. Percival. And yours is... Oh, yours is set to faster. That's why. Percival. Because, yeah, that should hopefully help a little bit with the curse stuff. Because, yeah, with the burn and stuff as well, this should hopefully make a bigger difference. I mean, we're definitely doing a lot. Xatu is our lowest damage, like, other than Aurorus, but Aurorus also, you know... Then again, it gets more stun per fossil. Is there anything... with better stun capabilities or something. Gyarados does Splash Tentacruel, does Poison, Weavile, criticals do twice as the amount of damage. Swampert attacks slow for 2 seconds. Volcarona. Target is burned, deal 30. So let's say I get rid of Aurorus and bring in Volcarona. Okay, Volcarona would have to go here. Maractus couldn't do what it meant to, though. So that would be a negative effect. Corsola is a ring. Slow Splash. Roserade might not be a bad idea. Octillery, no. Masquerain. Crocodile. Well, I mean, I could just put Xatu, like, either here or here. I think I'm going to put it there so I can have Aggron there. Meaning I have space for another one wherever I want. Samurott, maybe? Yeah, because you can't deal crits, so it doesn't help you. I guess I'll give you the Shell Bell. Chestnut could really improve from anything here. I'm gonna do that. Meowscarada could be good. Mawile. Ooh, wait a minute. Bring in Mawile here. And I go for low HP. What should I go for? I guess this. Hopefully that helps. It's got more range. Okay, let's see. Our biggest damage dealer is Gengar. Chestnut's keeping up too, as well as the others. I think it's crazy that Sableye is our second in this case. Like, our real lowest technically right now is just Mawile, but Mawile's whole thing is like dealing damage back. Xatu does pretty damn good. And Sableye is just helping build the curse up, is the thing. That's part of what Sableye is helping do, is build that curse up. So, in general, they're all doing, like, really good. They just have limits. Yeah, I think I'll just leave this for now. Yeah, we are definitely making a difference. Because, yeah, look at that. And Chestnut does amazing here. Because Chestnut being able to just, like, take out a whole section of stuff with its spiky shield ability like that. Definitely, like, look at its DPS. The fact that it's able to do so much DPS, it's keeping it's keeping up to half of Gengar once it starts going crazy, is kind of crazy. And Comfey doing amazing. Yeah, Gengar is our best. And our weakest is Mawile, but it also takes care of things at the end. That's its whole point. And Comfey is support. Okay, level up Sableye. Because yeah, Sableye at this point is just here to make sure the curses go through. And due to the flames that come from Skeledirge's Will-O-Wisp, it's doing pretty nice damage. The fact that Skeledirge and Chestnut are keeping pretty close to, like, Shedinja and, like, Maractus is pretty neat. With Gengar outperforming everything. Go. I'm actually glad that this is doing as much as it is. Yes, perfect. Like, if we're doing true damage, though, Gengar is still winning. There's no surprise there. And Gengar's just been doing the best. And Comfey is... that speed boost is so useful. Because not only increasing the range, but also the speed matters so much. Because, like, if I put Shedinja here... honestly, if I had Shedinja here with that boost, it'd be perfect. But I need Comfey to be able to hit Gengar. Definitely a good range boost set. Because each level up just gives it, like every few level ups it gets range. So it's like, might as well. Can Cofagrigus be placed on mountains? Because I just had that thought. Where Aggron is placed, if I put Cofagrigus here with the wide thing with the wide lens from Starmie, it would be able to hit this line here with really good accuracy. It's just a thought I had. Also, I love how Mawile just is spinning. It's freaking adorable. Yeah, Shedinja will get 4 more range on the next 10 levels, more damage, more recharge reduction. Overall, pretty good. How have I been? I've been okay for the most part. It's just been a lot of stress and shit with my personal life. A lot of personal stuff going on. It's really made it hard to just have as much energy as normal some days. Because that's just how it's been. It's just been a lot of like, oh, here's this bad news, here's this, and it's just, Like, I think the thing that sucks the most was when I was like, okay, what's causing the problem? It seems to be one of the drives. Nope, it was the motherboard. So it means I have to get a new motherboard. The one I'm using is still working, but it is getting to the end of its lifespan. And honestly, for a used motherboard, when I got it. I'm surprised it lasts this long. But because of AI and stuff raising the prices of memory and stuff, it makes the motherboards even more expensive because they need GPUs and stuff for for AI and then all that other stuff. And it's like, oh my god. Like, just to get the same level of motherboard as I have right now is about $300 for the same type as I'm using currently. 300. It's insane. Like, that used to be a price for a high-end one that's like really good. Now it's like, oh my god. Oh yeah, that's fair. But I don't want people to feel like they have to give me money either, because that's just how I always am. It's like, because I know very well, like, I have ads every hour because then it doesn't interrupt as much. But I at least make a little bit from the ad revenue, so that's at least something. Because, like, anything I do make from the ad revenue, I just put back into fixing parts of my PC or upgrading parts of stuff, getting games for the streams and whatnot. Like, it's honestly the best way to do it for me, because I know at least I get to put it back into my hobby, but it's also meant I've been working a lot more overtime on stuff, so I can actually afford a few of these fixes and whatnot, because then this summer, so far from the looks of it, I may or may not have to move out while it happens because they have to fix the foundation of the house. So it's one of those things of, if the stilt technique works that they're planning, and it's not too deep of a, like, problem that they need to fully lift it up, I get to live in here. But it means we have to clear out the basement. Otherwise, the government pays me to live in a different place for like 5 months till they fix it. But it does mean they're gonna have to rip up like certain parts of the ground and stuff. It's like, of course. And it's just gonna be one of those things where it's like, whatever does end up happening is gonna be expansive. Even with what insurance gives for this type of stuff, because there's a common problem in a lot of the Midwestern US and like some of the Southern with mine subsidence stuff. Like in some of the most random places that you wouldn't expect, because the mines were so extensively a problem that it quite literally, some of the ones that were unknown or even ones that were known just started collapsing under like sets of homes. And it's like, oh no. Because it's happening to farmhouses, for God's sakes. Because there's mines and or like possible mines that just were either unmarked or just not very well known about. And it's kind of like, it kind of puts in perspective, holy freaking crap, they mined a lot of shit under these places. And then there was like this whole thing, like a multi-state like class action thing that happened and whatnot. But it at least means that like, if you can actually get like a subsidence fund from the government, but you can only do it once per house. And it's one of those things of just, oh boy. And of course, insurance being insurance, with inspectors being inspectors, they're gonna hold out as much as they can. Because like it's caused a lot of problems, and yeah, that's one of the things I've been dealing with a lot in just my personal life. It's just like, I get to deal with all of this crap. Things you never thought would happen. But yeah, it really starts to like just get crazy when you look at the cost of some of the stuff, because for example, let me pull up a picture for this so I can kind of use it as an example. What is this one? I really don't remember what is... Okay, we'll use this picture, I guess. We'll use a picture I have of my Lunar Moth companion from D&D. I just need to shrink it down. Because of course, the wonders of images. And I think the best way is to kind of just have a visual representation of just like how it has been. Because, okay, we'll use this. So with the doors and like certain parts of our house, it quite literally turns from this straight to just... So like you'll see cracks in between, because like the door frame still straight, just like this, but the door is just a tiny bit off, just kind of like that almost. And like you could roll a ball and it just goes full on like this. Peak animation right here. And it kind of just leads to a whole problem of a lot of stuff just becomes a pain in the ass to deal with, because stuff is, well, sinking. It's one of the wonders, and I don't know how well like all of it comes through on stream, but yeah, it's just been a lot of talking with certain individuals to get shit figured out. It has been one hell of a frickin' year so far, and we're not even into May. And I know summer is gonna be absolute hell for me, because that's when a lot of that stuff's gonna have to get done. Because just in general. So I'm gonna like, and I'll keep you guys updated on Discord on like how much it's going to affect streams and stuff. But yeah, it's like, it's just been me dealing with a lot of that crap, because expansive. And I'm also the one of the roommates who's actually like okay at math. And actually like understands most of the crap. Because I helped, so when my Grammy built her dream house before she passed, I helped her with like some of the design stuff, because yeah, I took a few architecture classes as well, because I almost went into architectural engineering. But it did help me learn a bit about certain things, which means I do know where to get like a few reputable people who at least are able to help on like fighting against the insurance trying to hold back money for certain stuff. One thing they never could truly fix the problem of is the insurance trying to claim that the door that... So, if you know what a 3-pane door is, then you know what I mean when I say there is no reason the middle pane should shatter without the other two shattering. Yet that happens. It means it would have had a pressure from above or below, and it would have been crushed by something like the house moving. But the insurance doesn't want that to count, despite the fact it happened. And I'm just sitting here like, are you serious? It also has caused cracks in the basement, which allow for easy flooding. whenever it rains. Yay. It's been an absolute nightmare. But shit be that way. And then, of course, the dogs have been in their own thing. I know Dewey's had like a rough stomach recently. Baker's just been extremely like attached and like overly like protective. And I don't know why. Like, there's just that part of me that's like worried he's getting like a form of doggy Alzheimer's with how he's been reacting to certain things. Oh yeah, everyone's best friend, insurance. But it's like, you got that, and it's just like, it's been a lot of just chaos. And then of course, with it being closer and closer to summer break, we have to get all these final orders done for school stuff. And it's just like, yay. And it's when I got the message the other day that that my coworker could not, and I quote, I lost the file. Where's the file? Which file? The file for blank, because because I can't say. I legally am not allowed to say for who. But oh my god. And then they eventually did find it before I was able to send it over, because I was in the middle of something important. And it's like, oh my fucking god. It's been chaos. Like, and then yesterday was my mom's birthday, but she's been feeling under the weather. And I know why. Like, she's still healing from getting stitches removed and also just having weird medication stuff because of whatever surgery happened. I didn't really pay attention to what the surgery was for, so I don't remember, and I feel like a bad son for that, but it's also like, I had so much else on my mind, I was like, I don't know. But even then, it's like, where the frick is the last Pokemon? This last Pokemon's taken its time. I will say, they really need to change this instead of being time-based to be in, like, how many have been destroyed-based. I think that would definitely help, but that's more of a personal gripe. But yeah, it's been a lot of just chaos in that regard. And there's not much I can do. But of course, there's been a few good things and whatnot, like Easter and whatnot. Oh my god, I love Easter. Because Easter, I get to spend time with family and stuff. But it also means I get free leftovers. One of the true wonders of family gatherings. The free leftovers from, like, the good, like, cooks of the family. Because there is nothing like getting free leftovers from, like, your mom, who's good at cooking. I think the funniest thing is, so, my grandma has a story of when my mom came down to visit my dad. They had been dating for a while. And my grandma asked my mom if she wanted to help try some of the home ec students' brownies, supposedly. And in the words of both her and my mom and my dad, it was, I'm gonna be honest, they did not look like brownies. And that just terrifies me. Because my grandma's whole job there was to eat it and taste test it as well. Because, you know, it's funny. This is the same grandma who managed to burn a smoothie, mind you. She was a home ec teacher, for God's sake. She was a teacher for multiple things, but home ec was one of them. And it just is 10 times funnier that she burns things easily. It's crazy. I know I was at least able to get like a few inches of hair chopped off as well, because that's another thing I needed to do, because as we get into summer, I'm going to start overheating if my hair is like the normal length I keep it. So I have to like chop off multiple inches for summer so I don't literally turn into like a mop head, I think is probably the best way to put it. Because that's one of the problems with longer hair. You don't go to family because of a reason? That's fair. Not everyone is lucky enough to have like the same type of family dynamic as I do. And I'm thankful for that. I know I am lucky. One reason you don't go to family gatherings, I mean, shoot, I've heard many a reason. God, I have friends with all sorts of different reasons why they don't see certain people. Be it homophobia, transphobia, just horrible people, etc. Like, I have a specific side of the family we don't see because of the fact they're Jehovah's Witness. I never got to meet them fully, but they know I exist. They tried to send me something to change who I was, because apparently somehow word got to them, and my only thought is, of course. Like, I feel like everyone has a bit of that, like, what the fuck moment with family in some form. Like, I know very well that, like, it was my grandma and grandpa's 50th wedding anniversary when I found out that my family actually placed bets on whether or not I'd be gay or not. And an old family friend managed to get it right that I was pan. And I find that really funny, but also like, wait, what? You bet on if I was gonna be gay or not? Like, it's crazy. I have such weird experiences with my family and friends. Because I know, just in general, with everything going on this year, it's been just one thing after another, because here's some real family drama. This one really caused a stir. So, I have a cousin, well, had a cousin, and he died in a drunk driving accident, but we didn't get the ashes until over a year later. By that time, his mother died. So when I went to that funeral earlier this year, it was for both of them. And the craziest part of it all, the place we had the family, like, celebration of life thing was a freaking bar. The irony alone is palpable. The irony is palpable. Like, that is some drama and some tea that I can easily just like, yeah, I don't care. I don't see that side of the family enough to really care much about certain things. But that one was just like, how do you not see the irony of going to a bar after one of the people you had a funeral for died in a drunk driving accident? And they weren't even the drunk driver. Like, if it wasn't so ironically just sad, I'd find it pretty funny. Like, that's the type of stuff that it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't hide how weird my experiences with family and family friends are, because I know very weird stuff happens all the time. Because, like, we have family friends that are basically just family at this point as well. I mean, It's just crazy. I mean, we literally we've had a thing with a few family friends where they trade eggs for like vegetables we grow in our garden. We've done that for years since I was a kid. And it's like nice. And my parents still do it with those people. And I'm like, you know what? Fair. Though it does mean we don't have to worry as much about egg prices when we're just going to classic old bartering. But because like my mom always baked a lot, like, because my dad told me stories about when they first moved in together. It's like, oh yeah, I used to buy like huge bags of flour and your mom would use them up within like the month. It's like, not surprised. My mom bakes a lot whenever she gets the chance, and it's honestly quite nice. Because my mom's really good at baking. Got food poisoning on Thanksgiving. Ah, yes. So the political uncle and the hateful and the hateful cousin. That sounds about right. Yeah, I'm thankful that I'm liked amongst the family that still talks to me for existing. And part of the reason is because I'm also known as the kid who just didn't want to hurt a fly, but also was like really good at like doing certain like random shit that other people just weren't good at doing around like different stuff. Like whenever it came to like calling the cows in and stuff, I was always like pretty good at it. For some reason, they liked me. I'm quite sure most of those cows are dead by now. I haven't been to the farm. I haven't been to that side of the family's farm in a while. Ever since my great aunt's sister died, it's just been chaos on that side where we're like, we've met up a few times, but not a lot. It's just one of those things. I have a lot of family. Like, I think the best way to describe my family is just, oh wow, tiny stick. Oh dear God, that's a bush. Oh wait, no, that's a tree. It's just a big tree. That's what it feels like. It looks like it's one of those things where if you look at it from an angle, it looks like a bush until you realize, wait a fucking moment, it's just a big tree. Because I know our family was one of those like we have a lot of like Great Depression like poor family kind of mixed in. Ah, yes, the one uncle that is like, oh my God, not these people being a pain in the ass to these poor, like, two. It's like, there's always that one, like, peacemaker in the family that's like, I am so sorry for this. And I feel that because I'm usually the peacemaker. Because I've always been the most neutral on certain family matters, so I always end up becoming the frickin' peacemaker. I'm one of the only people who actually cares enough. So, like, I definitely understand that one. But yeah, it's like, I've learned a lot from just some of those family members, and it's like, you know, I know a lot of weird shit I probably would not have known if I never met some of these people. Like, just in general. Because like, here's a fun fact. I know I've mentioned it, like, briefly. We have a family friend that I basically just call Uncle because he's already close to us. And I remember when, with my dad, Abe and him, I was able to help beta test for a mobile Tomb Raider game at the time that was being worked on. the game still exists out there somewhere. I know it does, because I know my name is in the, like, my IRL name is in the credits of that. And I'm just thinking to myself, you know, I have not figured out what happened to that game fully since, because I just don't remember its name. And I could probably ask my dad and he would know. But it's like, I've gotten so many weird experiences just from being close to different family members. Like, a random one, for example, is my grandpa taught me math through gambling. I learned math by gambling with my grandfather. Truly a classic. A classic way to learn math. Gambling. I think what I'm gonna do is switch out Mawile for Whimsicott here. And hopefully that'll help with just like getting some more HP. Okay. Have we unlocked more? No, we still need to unlock this. I do want to try this map next as well. Because, like, there's so many maps now, and I love how they're all connected. Like, the fact that they're all, like, semi-connected is just so neat to me. It honestly shows how much love and effort they've put into it. Okay. But yeah, next time we fail this, what I'm gonna do is I am going to try 1-3. See what we can do with that. Either that or 2-1. We might be able to beat 2-1, but... Because, like, with 2-1, we're on wave 100. When nearby, it takes half damage from units. Oh. Okay, so I need a different team for this. Okay, so I'm gonna want a lot of space. Xatu would be good. It can be stunned and slowed. I'm gonna put Xatu up here. It has a lot of HP. It has armor. Two slowing shots. Let's see what else I have that could be useful here. A Maractus, Samurott. Decidueye could be good here. It really depends on the pathway it goes, though, when it comes to Decidueye. Okay, I'll take Aurorus. Let's see. Actually, we can just test the path it goes. Oh my god. Okay, so it goes down and around that way. Okay, so now we know where it goes. I'm gonna want Aurorus there. I can add Amistar. Who honestly can do pretty good depending on what we add. Cradilly could be good here. Rampardos would be useful. Okay, Cradilly. I want to be able to slow it. Rampardos will be here for damage. One gimmick in a game you saw once that you like the concept of? Yeah, I've seen my fair few of them, and there's some really good ones out there. In terms of, like, concepts. Okay, I am debating. Let's grab Samurott. Where's Noivern? Because I know Noivern won't be down there. Let's go alphabetical so I can grab Noivern easily. Oh, Noivern's level 100, that's why. Because if I put Noivern here, it has the same thing as Samurott, but a little better. Because it has more range. Darkling, and he learns to try to counter. Oh. Yeah, that's, I think Ocarina of Time was the game that was in. I could do Drifblim. Could do Aggron. Golisopod could be good. I just can't get it really high. I can put it here. Then what I'd want is Gengar and Armaldo, I think. Because, yeah, Gengar here would be good. Samurott, Armaldo. That was an ominous lag. Oh, got a stun. Because, yeah, Gengar's going to deal a lot here. Just from stacking up some nightmares. Okay, we did really good there. Is there any other stun? No. Sorry. Oh my god. That came out of nowhere. Okay, thank you. Ooh, Ampharos. I could use Ampharos here. And then give it this. Cradilly should have this. Noivern. I'm gonna give this. Okay, let's see how well this works. Yeah, part of this literally is just stun based. Okay, I did worse there. I need more damage for that then. Meaning I can at least do this. Okay, so we need quite a lot here. I want Xatu. Xatu is just godly. Okay, Maractus would be good here. Aurorus could be good. Aurorus. Maractus. What is Magnezone's attack gonna be like? I just want to see. Oh. So if I were to put it like here. Holy range, Batman. Okay, I could see it being useful. Only funny thing about that was only time you're not wearing headphones and... Oh, I'm sorry I woke your cat. I think I'm going to take Raichu, maybe? Because Raichu has Ricochet that can stun. And with Light Ball, it can deal extra damage. Okay. I could actually use this to figure out what stuns. Cryogonal stuns. Okay, X-shape. What else do we want to use here? It really depends. We have some really good ones here. We get more stun chance for fossils. Let's bring out Rampardos. I could put it here. Nah, I'm gonna... I think instead of Rampardos... let's bring in Lucario. Bastiodon. Oh yeah, this is another web browser game. Also, if you have ad blocker, it has like that stuff, but this recently got an update. Okay, because I'm gonna put Bastiodon there. Can Lucario not be... Jeez, Lucario just does not have a lot of space. I'm gonna give it this, because then it can just be placed up here and deal some splash damage. But yeah, this game's really fun, and you do unlock more as you go on, and there's some really fun stuff. I don't know what shinies do in particular, but... Okay, Shuckle doesn't AoE slow. I'll add Pidgeot and Flygon, because they're really good on this map. Flygon, Pidgeot, and what's cool is you can also get Megas, but like there's a Mega Flygon that you can unlock, which is like custom, of course. Like there's all sorts of stuff. It's just nice seeing a good tower defense. Octillery could be good. Do we have any water tiles? We do. I think what I'm gonna do then... What about Gyarados? Gyarados has a ring effect. And we have a thing that gives it a little more. Okay, so if I were to put it here, it'd get the most bang for its buck. Projectiles explode in an area, dealing half damage to nearby enemies and dealing double damage to armor. Ooh. Okay, high armor. So that's actually going to be really good. And then we have space for another one. Greninja ricochets between enemies. I'm just debating who would be good here. I could bring in Gengar, Cradily. I could put Cradily here to slow it more. Yeah, I think I'm gonna bring in Cradily so we at least have 2 for this. And it'll make him a bit faster. Okay. Let's try this. Of course, we will have to level these guys up a bit, but we'll get to it. High armor. And then Octillery. Where's Octillery? Let's see. Yeah, this one just does half the nearby enemies, so and after the explosion. So okay. Raichu will get more range, attack speed, and power. Gyarados will get the same, but just more. So definitely worth it. I love this type of stuff because there's a lot of cool stuff in this game. And like the abilities do different things. And you can tell, like double range on Mountain. Or Drifblim is one of my favorite new ones that was added. Because I did get to try a little bit. It literally has one of the most interesting abilities where you place it down and it just bounces around the screen like a screensaver with its range going with it. It's actually kind of cool. Definitely need to make Lucario better. Because yeah, like one of the biggest things is like AoE in some of these, while in others it's like damage. And sometimes the only thing you can really do for damage is just higher levels or like certain stuff. And seeing the fact that they updated it, because it used to be these three, and then these 3, and then like 3 of these. I think it was these 3 specifically originally. And that was all that there was, but now there's all of this, and then all of this to be continued stuff. There's achievements in the game for like completing all of the original 3 routes that there was. You got like applying stun, getting all the Pokemon from the shop, which means the Megas count as Pokemon in this. Getting total stars, defeating stuff, completing Wave of 100 with at least 10 hearts, to completing rounds and cursing and whatnot. Like there's so much stuff. And you can even change your icon. Like, I wonder if they added any new ones. Oh yeah, we got a few new ones in here. Iono, Rika, yeah, back down to red. It seems they added Guzma and Valeria as the main ones so far. Ash, Misty, Brock. But yeah, it's like the Masters EX stuff, but it's so cool. Like they actually put a lot of effort into it, and I really do like it. And there are ways to get more money with certain Pokemon. It's just grindy. Like that's my biggest gripe with the game, is it's very grindy to get like certain things, like the Mega Stones and stuff. To get shinies though, once you get Smeargle, it can give you shinies, but it seems shinies only really are like a visual thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if things change related to that. But even then, I'm surprised it took this long for someone to make a game like this, because it's a more recent game overall from the looks of it. But I'm honestly glad that it exists. It's pretty neat. And with the fact that there's also megas in this, it means that there's going to be a lot of stuff that just once they have their mega is going to do way better. But to get the Mega, you need 10 million for the cheaper ones. And then 50 million, 500 million for these. Like, and then a Shiny Charm's a billion. The eggs, thankfully, only go up to, like, 50k. But even then, it's still expensive as hell. Okay. At least Gyarados is, like, helping a lot here. Like, not all the Pokemon get more range, but some do. Some get more, like, they get more damage or whatnot. And then when they evolve, sometimes their stuff will change. One example is, that kind of comes to mind, is you get more ricochets for Greninja than you did for Froakie. And then, of course, you can place them in certain areas. Like, some of them can be placed in all, some of them can only be placed in certain ones, like water for Gyarados. Which is kind of weird to me, because we know Gyarados can fly, but it's probably for balancing reasons as well. Because I know they did nerf a few things as well. And buff a few other things. I did notice that. So it's nice to see them actually, like, coming out with more. And I do hope we get more item variety in the future. Like, it'd be cool if, like, one thing they added is, like, I don't know, the umbrella is one that just randomly came to mind for me. Frickin', there's an umbrella item that protects you from weather. But it'd be cool if it's, like, a special item in this where it does something completely different. Like the punching glove could be cool to see in this, where it's like, oh yeah, when given to, like, certain Pokemon, it gives them more damage. Because, I mean, we already got, like, a golden Nana Berry for, like, Primate-based Pokemon. And, like, we already got most of the starters in this. We got Blastoise, Charizard, Venusaur. And Venusaur, I believe, is new. Like, Venusaur and Blastoise weren't in the original. And, like, they've updated sprites. Because Charizard was in the original. They still don't have Blaziken. But they do have Swampert. They have Typhlosion. They don't have Feraligatr. They have Dondozo, which mentions Tatsugiri, so it means Tatsugiri is possible. I just don't know how. Because, like, now that we know there's custom Megas, there's either 30 total Megas, which I doubt, or Megas in Hitmonlee, which is also very possible. Because Tatsugiri is a weird one, where it's like, I got no clue. And it could be, like, as you unlock more of these, you might get something. I don't know. Because, like, yeah, this is all of the items that aren't Mega Stones. Like, you got some that are, like, particular to certain Pokemon, like this, or this. But I'd love to see more get stuff. Like, this one is only for Torkoal. And Torkoal's really good, don't get me wrong. But Aurorus is pretty nice, and using some of the new Pokemon is helping me deal with different strategies. And what's cool is, if I save this to 2, and... Oh, I did not mean to save it to 1. But, like, you can switch between loaded teams that you save. And that's so cool. And as you level up, you get more stars, which allow you to unlock more crap. It's just awesome. Like, I do love seeing that type of stuff, just personally. One thing I will mention is I have been thinking about doing a randomizer of Infinite Fusion, as well as possibly playing Renegade Platinum for the first time. I've just been kind of looking into some of those, like, ROM hacks and, like, whatnot of, like, these could be fun to play. Because I know, as much as I want to finish Cuphead and stuff, it's also a thing of, do I have the mental stress capacity to do it today? And honestly, I don't know when I will, but I do want to finish it eventually. Because I did like Cuphead a lot. I just know that it's going to create more stress. Because with those types of games, I'm always that way, where I stress about, okay, how am I going to do this the most effective way? It's why I've been playing a lot more relaxing based games recently too. Which is just kind of a thing of, yeah. Like, I really enjoy Satisfactory and stuff, and like, there's just a lot of games I enjoy in like my personal time as well, but I'd love to do more. Like, the day that I get Shiny Cobalion, I want to Shiny Hunt Noivern. And I could Shiny Hunt Cobalion on stream. It would be a boring one, unless I was like talking and like we had like some background music. But it's not like the worst thing in the world. Shiny hunting can be pretty boring for some people, but for me it's like, cool. Because yeah, it's one of those things that once I get Shiny Cobalion, then I can actually go for some other ones as well. At least that's my plan. Because yeah, I have been meaning to do that for a long time. Jeez, look at us take down the Mighty Anna and stuff. It's insane. Okay, God, Gyarados over here really getting some boosts. God, if Gyarados was any faster, it might actually be even more of a threat. But yeah, I definitely need more armor damage. So it's like, yep. Yeah, because the projectiles exploding help a lot. Especially early on. And then you got like Aurorus's stun, Maractus, and the slow effects. And Lucario does pretty good too. Which is just nice to see. Oh, Bastiodon. If only you had more speed. I might just... Oh wait, no one's using the Adrenaline Orb on this one, so... might as well just use it. It'll make Bastiodon a lot faster. God, look at that speed of recharge. It's so slow, even still. I genuinely might switch out Bastiodon. I could try Dondozo, like, genuinely. Who else would be good? The Dunsparce. Well, just Dunsparce, but meh. For Ninja? What does Hawlucha do? Double damage to armor is pretty nice. It's not perfect, but it's dang useful. Because then I can move Lucario to here, put Hawlucha up here, and then just chuck a bunch into Hawlucha here. High armor. Because yeah, I want to make sure I get rid of that armor. Okay. I could have brought out Primeape, honestly, but Meh. God, Raichu is just really good. We have a very interesting, like, group of Pokemon for this. Okay. Jeez, Gyarados costs so much to level up. Like, genuinely, Gyarados is disgustingly expensive to level up. If I weren't to use Hawlucha, though, can Thievul be placed on mountains? It can. Because then what I can do is I can just use Thievul here and get even more money. Because Thievul helps get us more money in general. Because yeah, farming money in this is a whole separate beast. Like, you just need the certain things to do it. Okay, what is doing the worst here? Of course it's Thievul. And, like, Aurorus, but, like, Aurorus and Cradily stun. Lucario's actually doing the worst here. Which is a shame. What does Jumpluff do? Double power in tall grass? Oh. Some pretty nice range there. Yeah, I put Jumpluff here and it's gonna do some pretty good damage at a pretty good speed, too. Okay. Yeah, this is a weird team. Just gonna switch back to this. So instead of Bastiodon, I might use Aggron. Yeah, Aggron seems a little better in this case. Because it will just deal a good bit of damage at a faster rate. I could have used Torkoal too, but... Okay. God, there's just so much. We did unlock this at least, so we can do that map next. I do like how it connects, though. Maps that connect have always been something that's just really cool to me. Oh, we are living, barely! Somehow, some way, we are still surviving. And honestly, I'm glad that we are somehow. God, the amount of freaking insane levels of it. Oh God, Caterpie. In all honesty, though, that is one bulky ass caterpillar. Like, why was that Caterpie so fucking bulky? It had over 10,000... It had over 100,000 HP. Okay, let's try. Okay. So I could put this here. Let's just do next wave, see how they go. Okay, because I want to make sure I know what we're doing. Because we know from this, there's like a grass and like some mountain. So we want Xatu, which is just good. Put him here. We have a lot of spaces for Pokemon like Maractus. Could bring in Meowscarada. It'll hit again after crits. Honestly, Meowscarada leveled up would be pretty insane. I want Maractus, though. If I were to put Maractus here, and I were to take... What's Abomasnow do? Area applies Hail Weather. Increases critical damage dealt by units by 10%. Interesting. Okay. Let's just see. Can I put Cofagrigus anywhere that, like, is good in this case? If I did this with Wide Lens... Honestly, the cross Pokemon are just not as good, I've found. The damage caused by the target's speed value. Chestnut would be good. Lycanroc might actually be good here. Okay, because this one... If I do this, Xatu can't see as much, but Lycanroc gets more range. Which makes a... Wait, what? Okay, no, it is the same. It's just a little bit... Because, yeah, Lycanroc gets 100% crit while on mountains. And boosts its power. Is there another one? This could also be good. Being able to slow from crits. Amulet coin would also be good. Chestnut generally is good anywhere. Punch Crow, nah. Lilligant. Superior turns negative effects of items into positive ones. So zoom lens would be amazing on Superior. This one would just make it faster and stronger. Ow. God, some of these are just, like, purely good. Well, let's grab Superior. Because it is going to attack faster, Mon. Because I do want to use some of these. Like Numon and whatnot. Ninjask. Attack up to 10 times per wave. Weavile. Criticals do twice as much damage. Whiscash. That's purely water-based. Roserade. Honestly seems like it's going to be good. I love how we have a mostly grass-type team right now. Sceptile doubles its power in tall grass. And it's lower level than Jumpluff. But Jumpluff attacks faster with more power. But, yeah, it's kind of expected. Crocodile. I don't know. God, Roserade has a pretty insane. So let's do low HP. I'm going to give it the zoom lens so that it can never be above, even with the crit. This one. Enemies without armor. Honestly, the crits would not be bad with Meowscarada. It has like a really good set of stuff. Who else? If I were to grab Sunflora here and put this here, I grab, what's Levani do? Recharge time by 50% in harsh sunlight. I don't know how you get harsh sunlight. Does Torkoal do that now? No, it does not. But if I were to put this down now... No. I generally don't know. Sunflora is more damage. So if I put it here and then gave it this, it can hit those three. If it had more range, it could probably hit Roserade. Maybe. I'll have to think about it with Sunflora. Cast Form between mountains and speed. This is a difficult one. Electrode. I could try Electrode. does not have a lot of freaking range, is its problem. God, there's just so much to use, but so little idea of what to use. Area slow targets. So an earthquake effect. Put Swampert there. And I can have Superior, like, here. Put Sunflora back. Do I want Araquanid? Let's try Araquanid. I haven't gotten to use it yet. To its, like, extents. Sandslash is meh. Masquerain. If I do that, and then grab Masquerain. So it'll be even faster. God, there's just so much to keep track of here. You're higher level. You're higher level. Oh, the earthquake effect. Definitely not the fastest in the world. I'm seeing who is using what. I'll give you the adrenaline orb. What does Sticky Barb do? Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, it looks like a surf effect. And then Chestnut's doing pretty good. And then Roserade is just doing good. God, we have such a weird setup, but it's actually kind of... It's funny. Most of our setup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are freaking grass types, and the other, like, half of us are grass types now. Then we got, like, a mix match. Also, apparently there's a Midnight Lycanroc you can get. That does this, but on field terrain. The grass terrain, I mean. Gonna be honest, I forgot about Xatu. Thank God for Xatu. And as I level up Meowscarada, it's going to get more critical chance. So that'll be nice. Oh. How do you even target first with this? This is such a cool, like... If I were to put this here, it'd hit more. Or would it? Yeah, it would hit the same. Now, if I put it here... I don't know. If I put it here... Yeah, I think I'm gonna just leave it like this. Switch them back. And we just kind of gotta hope. Because, yeah, this is really the best we can do. But honestly, thank God we have these two to, like, really deal some good damage. And then Roserade has a very useful ability. Honestly, we got a really interesting little team from just like some of these crazy abilities mixing. I don't fully understand the orbiting projectiles thing, but I think it's whenever the projectiles just pass over them. And honestly, like, for here, it's one of those things of, it technically will pass over them around the same amount of time and hold them there. It's hard to tell for sure. Because Swampert also slows them. But Swampert's able to hit both sides still, so I think it's better to do this because it gives Chestnut a little more chance to hit some of them. Okay. Yeah, we need more damage to Furfrou. Interesting. Who's our weak point here? Is it really Swampert? I think it might be Meowscarada. Yeah, because it just doesn't do a lot. Okay, we know our weak point. If I were to do this... Honestly, Araquanid would do pretty good here as well. Put Typhlosion up here. Or Gengar. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Gengar. I forgot what I gave Gengar originally. Okay. There we go. Gengar once again proving why it's so good. Like, I like Araquanid, it's just not in its element, really. It's more there to slow at the end. Same for Masquerain. It's kind of there just to clean up. Like, that's all I can really do with them. But yeah, Gengar was definitely a worthwhile choice here. Because at least then with the slow effects from Araquanid, it will do something. Even if not a lot. And that one is its own thing. And yeah, I won't get much range, but I will get attack speed and damage from this at least. Yeah, the slowing from Araquanid does help. There is that at least. It gives Xatu some time to help clean up. Okay. Like, in general, it's not horrible, but it's not the best. Because Roserade is doing good damage. Masquerain falls a bit short for obvious reasons. It takes out the weakest. Because this is true damage. If we go for over damage, it's a very different story. Roserade's still doing amazing. Like, with over damage included. Like, Araquanid's going to be the lowest because its whole point is to slow things. But yeah, as we kind of, like, test this, we'll kind of see a bit more of, like, what it truly is. It's just going to take some time. Because, yeah, like, Swampert slows a lot more than anything else. Maractus, Chestnut, Gengar, and Roserade are, like, our big attackers. And yeah, Masquerain does some good damage still when, like, enough is near it. And we are getting them really well leveled up. So I see that as a win. But yeah, leveling them up, like, higher and higher level is always difficult because you just need a lot of in-game cash. And that's always the difficult part with tower defenses, is like getting enough cash. And this one, it's even worse because it's like you also need it to buy shit. And it's one of those things you really just want to leave in the background while it runs sometimes. Because by doing that, at least you're making it so it's like, okay, not as bad. Oh. But yeah, like, with reductions and stuff, we'll definitely be able to. I'm just gonna need to, like, really heavily level these guys. Because, yeah, as I level them up, they'll do more. Lycanroc, on the other hand, it does good damage. It's just... it's partially because of the crits. And I can guarantee that if I take Lycanroc off and add something like Flygon or Pidgeot, it'll be a very big difference. Hell, let's add Druddigon. Because I just added it, it's going to have a very different effect, but let's see. Yeah, it's already, like, damaging the same amount, but it's also damaging an AoE type area. That's what's really, like, helpful here. You know, see, if Araquanid could be placed on, like, let's say the top, that would be a different story. I think I'd need a different, like, strat if I'm to go further in this. But yeah, it's weird. Like, I know it's gonna take me out because this round took me out last time. Okay. So let's say I go to this round. I can easily just do this. And it's a pretty okay team. But now what I can do is remove Primeape. I can add Amistar wherever Amistar is. Because Amistar just does really good here. Decidueye does good. And Grumpig is eh. I can honestly put Xatu here with Flygon over here and Pidgeot like here. I can remove Grumpig then. And I could grab like Sunflora and put Sunflora like here and just buff all of them. And it's not like it would be like horribly inconsistent either. There we go. Because, yeah, it's going to buff the damage of a lot of these Mon. And the few that aren't dealing damage yet will get, like, buffs eventually. Yeah, that seems to be the best spot. Though for this, it's like... I could maybe replace Decidueye with, like, Gyarados. If I really, really wanted. So, like, let's say I did this. And put Gyarados here, yeah. And then I could move Sunflora to here to do all four of them. And I could technically switch these two if I really want. Though it doesn't really have the same effect. But it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, because this is only 20%, and this just increases its range mostly. So that it can do more. So with enough range, it can actually hit these two, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. And we only have really one fossil, so this guy's range doesn't go up much anyway. Though that could easily change if we wanted. There we go. Yeah, look how much Gyarados is doing. Jesus. Like, Gyarados is actually doing insane damage. If anything, Masquerain is kind of, like, fallen off a bit. Who else would be good here? Cross. Greninja's Ricochet. We could Dondozo it. Okay. Nothing new in the shop. No stats. It genuinely just doesn't seem good. Okay. Who else might be good? And then projectile explode causing half damage. So basically, this one just gets like a free explosive from just having its item, while its recharge time is halved. Like, it's not too bad. Pidgeot can get that. Level up Gyarados. Yeah, Golduck ain't doing a lot. Who else would be useful? Swampert. Like, genuinely? With an AoE that slows? Like, that could actually be really useful here. Why did it do that? There. Like, I know nothing will ever compare to, like, Gengar, because Gengar is just insane in this for some reason. It's still cool. And also, since this already has grass, I could technically do something else. And I could do that and just increase its damage even more. Honestly, this isn't bad. Like, this definitely works in its own way. Sunflora over here doing God's work. Bunch of Poliwrath. Here come the Crocodile. This took me out last time. But we'll see. Crocorox and, well, Gligar. There's the Tyrannotars. Nice. I do wish it would, like, increase, like, aura damage as well. Just for fun. But that's more of a personal thought. Okay. Blow up Swampert. We really got this going. Okay. We're getting close to the 800 we need to unlock the next area, at least. Okay. Could level up Flygon, but honestly, Gyarados seems way more useful in this case. Just in general, because of its damage and ability to deal with armor. Like, we are definitely doing amazingly here. Oh my god, Sunflora is so close. Yes! With that one level up, Sunflora now can hit Starmie or Gyarados. Like, it's insane. Meaning I'm also closer to being able to hit, like, Amistar here. Sunflora over here just being amazing. I'm like, these are pretty good damage boosts. Like, there nothing to stop that. I'm gonna get a lot of recharge and just power. But it will slow them. I think I might switch these two just because the slow will hopefully help a bit more on this side. That's my hope, though. And a little more into there. The Delibird don't stand a chance. Only the Tyranitar do. Poor Delibird. May be fast, but it's not that good. Crocodile and Kecleon. I did not want to get rid of Gyarados. There we go. Gyarados is back. Woo! Almost ended badly. I'm debating saving up for one of these just to try them because I know some of them will be good, like, in general. But honestly, saving it up on stream is going to be way harder than just doing it off stream and just letting it run while I do crap. Because it's just one of those types of things that's going to take forever. But even then, it's like, really? Lunatone. I mean, they're dead. So we do have Regirock to deal with. God, it has so much HP. Oh yeah, this is the one I had for, like, other stuff. Okay, I need Gengar. Mawile. Noivern is okay. Put Samurott back for now. I'll take Gardevoir. I'll put Chestnut there so that I can put Gardevoir here. I can switch these. And who else? Because Gardevoir will spread Poison Stun slow. And with what we have, could add Swalot. Could add a lot of things. Um... Could use Venusaur. But I'm not sure. Honestly, Flygon is probably the easiest to choose here, then. Because that should at least do a lot. And Gardevoir will spread the nightmare. Anything that's nightmared, Gardevoir will target. Boom. Because, yeah, it's just going to spread it more. Because being able to spread the nightmare effect is going to really be useful. Because it means they're just going to take even more damage. And Gengar's damage will go up a lot. Chestnut is doing great for this one. Like, generally. Like, it's just because of the type of Pokemon we're dealing with. I think I'm going to put Gengar there. Hopefully we can get some more. Because by hitting more of them as they come out, it'll spread more through Gardevoir. And I could put Chestnut there with Whimsicott there. And I imagine it's still going to do pretty nice. Honestly, I think it's better like this. It'll do more as a whole. And Gardevoir's doing pretty good too. With all the nightmare damage and stuff, that's going to be very good. Can Fernie be placed in fields? No. Okay. So if I really, really felt like it, I could take out Flygon and put in Infernape. To just deal loads of burn. And that burn will spread. Yeah, and Gardevoir can spread that burn a bit too, is my hope. And if not Infernape, who else would be good? Honestly, Weezing would be good too. Because of poison. Yeah. Because with the poison and nightmare, I think that'll do pretty nicely. I mean, it's okay. I think I'm just gonna reload this one. It just does better. Like, Mawile only does so much. I might switch it out for Rampardos. But even then, leveling it up would help a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna do this as how I'm gonna keep this set up, because I think it's gonna be the better option. Then Chestnut can just do loads. I don't even remember what I gave this guy. Let's see. There we go. Thinking of strategies for this is not easy. Gardevoir is definitely helping, though, by spreading the Nightmare, since Nightmares can stack. I mean, God, look at the damage, too. It's just insane. I mean, we definitely shred the damage side of it. If we can get another Pokemon that can, deal Nightmare, I think that'd be amazing. But I don't think we have another one. Because Nightmare would be so damn good. Like, genuinely. Okay. Gardevoir will keep doing more. Definitely surviving. But not well. We definitely need to, like, just power ourselves up. It's really all we can do. How do I want to take care of this next thing? We're getting closer to the legendary, too. And I'm just thinking how we want to try and beat it. That's the difficult part. I don't know how we want to beat it. And that's depending if we get there. I mean, Gardevoir at least will help spread stuff with Gengar, but the Nightmare can only go so far. Okay, there go the Mamoswine. Honestly, Chestnut is really good. I like Chestnut's ability. It's pretty useful. Like, I genuinely think it's one of the better abilities in the game. Especially of the new ones. I'm already curious what the other ones we'll see are like. The orbital mons are cool and all, but I definitely think they need like a few things as well. Um, God. God, look at all the defense. Seeing it's so much defense, it gives me an idea. We got Hawlucha. What goes through what Pokemon are good for defensive? Like destruction. Gengar's nice. Gyarados, but we do have water spots. Hawlucha has a few spots. Gengar. Excadrill. Okay. Who else? Clawitzer? Yes, Clawitzer would do good. I just need it in the right spot. This is perfect, because that's going to do a lot. Who else would do a lot? Trying to think. Slowing. Shedinja deals curse. Blastoise. This is a difficult one. I mean, Zatu's just good. Okay. We still have 4 more slots. Kingdra could be good. It just needs more range, really. Rampardos would be amazing. Who else? Machamp would be good. Primeape would be good. Okay, and then we have one more slot. Okay. Okay, we got grass slots mainly. I'll take Sunflora, because then what I can do is take Primeape to here. Okay. Okay. I might need to just give them some actual stuff. Okay, so here I will... I mean, Adrenaline Orb would be good. Then that. Okay. Yeah, we'll do quick block. Come on. It takes so much to recharge for Clawitzer. It just doesn't do a lot. If I were to switch Clawitzer's Iron Ball... and then do this, I think this might be worth it. Because it will have a little bit faster. Okay, let's see. We just need to deal more armor damage. Okay, so armor damage wise, I don't really know. I mean, we could try Chestnut over Machamp here. I can do that. Hopefully the extra Nightmare will make a difference. No, that just did worse. Oh shit, we unlocked this. Well. I want Gyarados, because Gyarados is just fun to use. It seems like here might be a good use for Gyarados. Honestly, I can go for a really water-based team here. I am gonna want Xatu. It's just good there. Gengar's always good. Unless it's near the back, apparently. So, what about Clefable? I'll add Clefable. I do need Starmie. Because, yeah. Honestly, there's just so many good places for Starmie. This just would fit. Fable. Stunning target. There we go. And then I can have Swampert to slow. Just give it the Adrenaline Orb. Inteleon is eh. Just can't be placed on water for Credilli. I'll add Credilli. What does Sharpedo do? Sharpedo does that. I want Amistar. Tillery might not be bad too, because if I put Cradilly like here, that'll do good. Amistar will do better here. Where's Armaldo and Carapasta? Those could work too. Give Cradilly this. Armaldo would be good, like, anywhere, really. The Caracosta's eh. I could try Araquanid. Literally the only time it's ever actually been able to hit, like, a bunch of stuff. If I were to put this here, actually... It's not the best, but not the worst. To be fair... It isn't the fastest. And I think I'm going to switch it for Swampert here. Put Swampert away. Corsola has a ring. Definitely not the best, but also not the worst. Yes, I'll take Shellbell. Okay. So I can put Armaldo up here. Boom, boom. There we go. Yeah, Starmie is just gonna shred through a lot of these. And I think that should help a lot. Oh, look at Araquanid's slow effect. Oh, that's helpful. And then Gyarados just helps with a lot of stuff here. I wish I could put Gyarados here. Genuinely. It'd probably be way more useful. And Clefable's not that bad. Like, genuinely. And of course, Starmie is just going crazy. Yeah, Starmie is just really good. I think I kind of want to do this. Like, yeah, I'll lose out a bit on the stun. Unless... There's nothing in particular that raises my range. So it's kind of like, eh. Got some Minior. Okay. Yeah, Lapras is just a little bit more. Okay. If Arachnid's things were going the opposite way, I feel like it helped. Like, if you could, like, switch it, like, which way the projectiles were going, I think that would be really good for some maps compared to others. Because, like, let's say I switch these two. It does way better. And honestly, I think I'm going to do this instead, because it'll just do more. There we go. Perfect. Because, like, genuinely, Araquanid can be really good in this. You just need the right setup. And that's the hardest part of it all, is getting the right setup. And yeah, I don't think Cradilly's helping. Like in general. Who else would maybe be useful here? Probably Swampert. Nah. Chestnut, though. Yeah, because getting that for Chestnut, especially while we have, like, this here and whatnot, should hopefully help. Like, yeah, Amistar has a little less range, but it's a price to pay that, honestly, I think is okay. Okay. Because, yeah, look at this. We can easily deal with a lot of these enemies. But we definitely need to be careful. Because if we overdo it, we're screwed. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're just screwed. I mean, Starmie is doing amazing here. Same with Araquanid. They're both doing really good here. No, that's gonna hurt. How do I want to do this? Because I'm just thinking on how I want to do the upgrades here, because Amistar will get us more range. Araquanid's just more damage. But Fable could get us some speed and damage. And Corsola gets us range, recharge, and power. I think I'm going to do Corsola for now. Because that extra range for Corsola will matter, hopefully, a lot. Honestly, forcing us into, like, specific squares makes it a lot harder, but I don't mind it, because it adds a whole different level of strategy to this game. Because it's also like, okay, which Pokemon do you want in which slot, and, like, which would be the best for which slot? Because it does end up coming down to that. In the end. And Lapras's stun is coming in some immense help right now. Especially when it happens within Chestnut's range, because then it just is with a bunch of damage. Those Dugtrio will be a problem. There goes Minior. We're doing good. I definitely think we are. God, yeesh, those Kangaskhan are kind of terrifying, though. Because the Kangaskhan do a lot of damage. Well, and not do a lot of damage. They just they go through so quickly that it ends up causing a lot of damage, specifically. Okay, let's retry auto and level up a bit. And we'll see how well this goes. But yeah, like, just in general, definitely some interesting ones. I'm gonna save the team. Yeah, those Kangaskhan are a real problem. Yay, we survived! We actually made it one more wave forward. Sometimes you just gotta replay some rounds. Okay. Yeah, with that, I think I'll need to find a good... I think I might do a bit of farming for money on this. I might as well show you what I'm gonna do to farm for money. Because, well, why not? Feeble. And then I need Persian. Where's Ditto? Ditto. Smeargle for the shinies. Amulet coin. Because I'm going to want to do this. And then Sunflora, Comfey, okay, yeah, because this Thievul is going to have most of what we need. And with those, I can add... Where's Aggron? We'll add Aggron up to here. Honestly, if I do this... Okay, do that. Who do I have that stuns? Not Cryogonal. Generally, Aurorus is probably one of the few I have. If I put Aurorus down, and then I need just some very useful mon for me. Cradilly would be good for this, because then I can slow them. What else? What else? What's Shuckle do? Target slow. I could take Xatu. But generally, I think I want something different. So what I'm going to do here is take Grumpig. So I can put it there. And then I can just auto this. And what I can easily do is settings, auto reset onto retry. And then you can just sit here while this goes. And literally, it'll just be like this, where it's like, you'll make some money and stuff. It'll just take a while. But, like, for example, this one is just going to be very, like, painful. From what I've heard, the best one is this one. that one... Yeah, because from what I've heard, this is the best one for this. Because you can do Thievel, Persian, Schmeargle, Aurorus, I can do Sunflora. Honestly, Persian can have that. I could do Comfy here and give it this. I just need to level it up a few times. And then what I can do is remove Aggron, Grumpig, grab Xatu, Armaldo, Xatu, Armaldo, and let's see, Bastiodon. Because Bastiodon will now attack a little faster, but it's honestly not the best here. I would need to give it, like, Adrenaline Orb here. And then temporarily this. And I want to make sure this is on retry, right? Yes. So then you just auto. And yeah, you'll eventually make money and whatnot. You just need to level these guys up more so that you can actually survive. Restart is another one that also works relatively well because looking at this, it's probably smarter to just do restart because then you'll get more money over time as you deal damage and whatnot. I mean, it's kind of all I can really do to, like, get the money we're gonna need, and it's literally just down to a waiting game. And I'll see if, like, Comfy is better, or if, it's better to use, Sunflora. And honestly, it might just be Sunflora here. Because, yeah, if I bring in Sunflora and then give it this, they'll deal more damage. And yeah, like, it'll take a while before it gets to that point, but yeah, this should do pretty good. Either way, exclamation mark Dislab for the Discord, and exclamation mark YouTube for the VOD channel. I announce whenever I go live, or if I'm sick in any way on the Discord. I normally stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. CST. The days I don't stream, though, those are on Tuesdays, Saturdays, Sundays, and stuff will be up on the VOD channel. So if you miss something here, it'll eventually be over there, be it Pokemon, be it Minecraft, whatever else. Other than that, I hope you all have wonderful days. Remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind